Hello. Okay, today is going to be a two technique kind of thing. First of all, I've placed my little Mountain Breeze fireworks transparent stickers. Jennifer from Sunfire Designs introduced me to that. I am dying to use this spoon and fork handle as a tray that Julie from Pouring Your Heart Out introduced, and she did a beautiful tray using those as handles. I'm going to be using Just Resin Pistachio Pigment Paste, a mica powder called Sparkle Sangria that I got from Laura's Art Corner. I'm going to be using Lucky Green from Octopus Fluids Alcohol Ink, Marigold, and today I'm going to use Cast and Craft because I'm holding on to my Bloom pigment paste like it was gold. I'm running out. So the first thing I did was I mixed some resin, which is, I'm using the Nick Pro 1-to-1 because I am going to attempt a 3D bloom in the center. So the first thing I do is I put in some pigment paste of the pistachio into this cup of resin. And now I'm going to attempt very carefully to pour a layer just on the rim of this, I think it's called Daisy Flower from Molds and Shapes. I got this mold a long time ago and I haven't used it in a while. And since I want to make a tray, I needed a fairly good size mold. Gosh, I'm sure not making a very good edge there. Boy, it's hard to do it from this angle. So it's okay. So I'm doing a thin layer. Now I'm going to go back to the places that I sort of didn't fill in all the way to the edge. Oops. I'll have to clean that up in a minute. Okay. Guess I didn't need all of that, so I'll see if I can do something with that later if I have any leftover resin. First, I will clean this up because I'm also stalling to get my resin that I've mixed to 35 degrees Celsius while I do that, while I do this part of it. Okay. I see a little hole over there. Guess I can move it. Just okay. Now I will take my sparkling sangria, it's so pretty, mica powder, and I'm going to place it hopefully as close as I can to this green. So once again, I am holding my breath as I do this. Well, that pour seemed to go a little bit better. I think it was because I poured from up high. I am by no means an expert in any of this. I just watch, learn, and try and do. And one of the reasons I'm taping is because I want to keep a record of these processes. Like I've done some before that I didn't tape earlier on, and I went, oh gosh, how did I do that? But so many other talented artists are out there on their YouTube channels, like Pouring Your Heart Out, that have incredible techniques. I mention Pouring Your Heart Out a lot only because I've learned so much from Miss Julie. Okay, I'm just going to make this just a little bit thicker. All right, so again, I have leftover, doggone it. But better to have more than less. Ooh. Let's see, should I get rid of that one? Maybe. I'm going to use my laser to zap to see how warm my resin is to make sure. Yuppie, 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 yup. I'm pouring it into the center to get it to the sides there. Making sure I have at least 20 grams for my pedaling. So I'm going to go do that on the side while that spreads. Wow, I missed how much I needed in this mold. I wrote down notes, but from when I did pour before, and I obviously need to update that. It took a lot more. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit for a moment. Scrape more of my resin out from my white because I realize I need more. So, but the first thing I'm going to do, so that the alcohol ink can settle, got a torch with my bubbles. I'm using my marigold in the center. And I'm only going to use 2 colors. So I'm making that as wide as I can, knowing that it's going to flow in. See, is that kind of roundish? Not quite. Okay. Then I'm going to put in my lucky green. Oh boy, bad girl. Did a bad job there. Just try that. Okay, while that's settling, I'm going to get my white ready. Thank goodness I poured extra Okay. I'm going to put in my cast and craft. Let's see what that is. My little weighing scale's acting up. Come on, little sucker, tell me what it is. You're not, huh? Do that. It's okay, because that's giving me time for that to... okay, good. I like the spread of that. All right, so now I'm going to put in 1, 2, and I'm going to try for half. Then I am mixing my casting craft into my resin. And I want a fairly good consistency, but not too opaque. Now, I'm putting it in my piping bag, so please excuse the crunching noise coming up in a second. I'm trying to scrape as much of the white out of my cup because I need to put some on the edge on top of that mica powder and paste as well in order to for this technique. Hold on, I don't know what it's called. Sorry about the crunching. I'm going to cut a little edge off here. And start piping. I feel like I've kind of lost my 3D bloom touch, so because I've been so preoccupied with doing resincourses.com's fairy flower, Larimar, dragon flower, and then some other flower courses. So I want to get back into my 3D blooms, hopefully. So what I'm going to do is just sort of circle around, not too far out. Okay, and I'm going to go back because I feel like some of it's not thick enough. I don't seem to be cutting the hole in my piping bag too widely these days, and that might be my issue. I'm hoping this going over my lines isn't going to create blobs. And if it does, it does. Okay, then, before I do my, I think that's good. Let's see, should I do one more? No, I'll do one more here, because I never do it evenly. It's just so funny. This is a little thin on the side. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go really lightly on top of this. Oops. Went on top of the mold. Oh boy. So I'm using the rest of my resin. Gotta regroup here and squeeze my bag. Have some more come out. Oh boy. Come on. Give me a little bit more. Squeezing it, squeezing it, squeezing it to the top. Just do it a few times. Hopefully it creates some sort of spreading. That's what it's supposed to do. Okay, I don't know if that'll do anything much. I didn't have enough, so gosh darn it. Okay, so then with my silicone tool, I'm just going to spread this a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to come in 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9, 3, do the difference. Now, I am going to pull out, but just on the points part right there. And I'm not pulling in from all of the center, just from here on up. And do my little swirl just for good luck. Oh boy, I hope that works. It sure is looking pretty right now, but I never know till I turn it over. And I will see you when I demold for really quickly. And then if it turned out really well, I'm going to place some resin tape on the edges, pour a layer of resin so that I can attach these cute little spoons. So wish me luck that this balloon turns out. All right, see you in a few, for you, seconds. Okay, let's see if I got a bloom on this. Oh, I hope. I hope. So, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Because I really want to use those handles. Oh, not bad. I think that's pretty. I like this background, which saves me time to do a top coat or a back coat. Very subtle color. I like it. I hope you do too. So I will now prep this with some resin tape on the edge so that I can pour a clear layer and then put these adorable handles that Julie from Pouring Your Heart Out showed us. So, oh, I'm happy with that. maybe if I put a black, piece of paper background, it might even pop up more. So I might do that with when I do the photo. So stay tuned for the next step. Alrighty. So I have taped the edge of my mold with resin tape, which Julie from Pouring Your Heart Out told me about, which is great stuff. And I have I've mixed my 1-to-1. I'm using it from the epoxy store, their 1-to-1 resin. I've waited a little bit so that it's a little thickened up. I am not sure how much I needed to have mixed, so I did quite a bit just to make sure I didn't run out. And also because when I place these handles, I want to make sure that there's some depth to it to place the cutlery in. So I can't believe I'm doing this just because I want to use that teaspoon the spoon and the fork, but it's just too adorable. Okay, so I am going to place it right here as far as I can to the side, and then here. Oh my God, that is so friggin' adorable. I can't stand it. It's just too cute. Okay, so that's where I'm doing. I think I'll go a little bit more just to make sure that the cutlery, and because I have the resin, and also to make this tray heavy enough, but then I don't want it to be too heavy that it pulls my little spoon and fork out. So I'm just pouring and making sure that it doesn't go. I can sort of see the height of the stand, so I don't want to go over that, of course. So whoa, I think I poured enough resin, so that's cool. So on second thoughts about doing my swirling on my 3D bloom, I could have swirled a little bit more so that it's not just this round green on the bottom, but I'm not going to be too picky. It's really pretty, and when it's done, I will take off the tape, put a black background, and then take a photo. So hopefully you can see that it is beautiful. I'm just crazy about these spoons. Oh my God. Okay, so I will see you for the unmolding. I'm just going to torch a little bit because I see some bubbles. And then that's all she wrote on this one.